Hey there, everybody. Welcome back with the Purplatypus is the name. And I'm going to go into a little bit more detail regarding the Tower of Remembrance. Not that this is like completely done or anything, but mostly the bonfires of battle. In case my Coda video didn't really explain everything, I went into a bit detail there, so some people might be good already. But just to kind of confirm what we're going in here, what is the bonfires of battle? What is it for? Why do you want it? Why should you be killing the elites you find? So, I did that one in my first example. Let's go to literally any other one. Let's go to this one right here. That's another force. Let's go to this one. So as you travel the world and kill elites, the elites will be then trapped in the bonfires of battle. And when you kill an elite, that means they're going to be trapped in this room, right? They're going to be basically summoned to their respective pillar, and they're going to just be here. So if you want to kill all these elites again, you can go through and you could farm these guys up, no problem. Easy peasy every day. And there's a secondary effect that after you get all of them, you will unlock a super elite right here. It's like kind of if you think of Final Fantasy X, hopefully you guys have played that. You should if you haven't. The monster arena, after you capture certain monsters of a certain area, like enough in an area or enough in a whatever of a certain type, you'll unlock like a boss monster. They say it's through breeding or whatever, but basically the way this one works is after you capture all these monsters, then you will unlock the super monster here. The super monster is a little bit tougher. He's honestly, I mean, this one's like only like level 45. It wasn't that bad. I mean, I beat them all easily very first try. So it definitely seems like something that'll be better for newer players as they progress through the game. It's something else to do. So it definitely makes the game feel a little more complete in terms of its progression. You feel incentivized to kill all the elites and beyond just thinking it's cool. But we can go into another room here. We can see that I've got all the elites in the game that are currently there. But one thing that I did want to mention, that elite, I already killed those two elites. That's why they're not there. One of the reasons I want to mention this, so basically, sorry, you can use this to farm any specific materials you want, pretty much, as long as you know what the drops are for each individual elite. I'm sure there's a database for it. You can find Meow, I'm sure has it on his database. So you can use that to farm any weapons in case like you want to get the feats for having each spear and each bow and each of that stuff, so you don't have to go farm randoms. You could farm these guys to get 5 of them per drop. But then the super monsters up top, they're going to give you legendary ashes, which are going to be used to upgrade the stamp weapons and to make the stamp weapons and the stamp armor. It's not incredibly good right now, but it is armor with passive effects on it, and the weapons have passive effects on it. The issue is that they're low level right now, so the raw stats on them are too low for them to be relevant. However, later in the game, I assume that you're going to be able to level them up even higher. So, but one of the things I had a lot of questions, and people were having trouble knowing, they were like frustrated because if you look here and you go to an area, I don't know, like this, you can see that there's, I wonder if this is actually even a good zone. Let's find an area with, that has this right here, the forest ruins, right? It has 1 elite, but 3 treasures. So let's take a look if, you can see like, all right, there's 1 elite here on the map, but you see here, there's 2 elites, right? So if you look here, if someone is here and they're going through elites, here's the elite enemy info. Okay, there's an elite here. I don't want to miss it. But then you only find that elite, and then you'll find out if you look here, there's actually 2 elites. So it's a little confusing, but there's a pretty easy way to ensure that you get all the elites and that you're not missing any. So there's 2 kinds of elites, essentially. We're going to flee from these battles. Sorry, Ice Remnant, but we're not interested today. If you come over here, this one is the mighty mortal mushroom. So the mighty mortal mushroom, the mighty enemies do not show up on the world map when you click here directly. Mighty typically means that they're guarding a chest. So there's almost always, when there's a mighty enemy, they're nearly always guarding a chest of some kind. I don't think literally in every case they are, but pretty much they always are. And then the other one, the enemies that aren't guarding chests or anything, these are menacing. These are the ones with the elite info that you'll see on the screen. So we'll just go up here and demonstrate that this is a menacing foe. I mean, we already know it is because we saw it on the screen. There's only 2 elites in here, and this is the other elite. But let's just go ahead and confirm that there is no chest behind him and that he is indeed a menacing foe. So keep in mind, mighty is guarding something. Menacing is just there. There we go. And so you can see there's no chest behind him or anything. So the general rule of thumb is if you want to make sure you get every elite, the best way to do that is to, one, obviously make sure you get the check mark for the elite, but also make sure you get the chests, because the treasure, if you're missing one treasure chest and you don't have all the elites for an area, there's a reasonable chance that there is an elite guarding the treasure chest you're missed or something like that. So as long as you go through an area, you get all the treasure chests and the elites that are on the elite enemy info. That's exactly what I did, and I didn't miss any elites. I have 100% of the elites currently in the game. And so that's basically kind of all you have to do. Now, this is a very convenient, like, quality of life feature. Now, unfortunately, where I'm at in the game is a little bit beyond where the implementation of this is a little bit weaker than where I would like it to be. Like, I would have used these things earlier in the game for farming stuff, but now I'm like, right, I've beaten all the content in the game for the most part. Like maybe almost literally, besides like 1 or 2 bosses. And so like these are the zones that I need, right? I need these higher level zones for the higher level bosses, for higher level, hopefully, stamp gear, things like that. But still, instead of going back and farming things, it is nice to be able to just go into these zones and get whatever you want. Also, one thing I really like is it does add a very cool sense of like, this is like a trophy room in a sense, right? Look at all these enemies you've defeated. It adds a very cool feeling of accomplishment to your trophy room, and of basically your own little room. You're like, what the fuck is that? That's just a little green guy with a stick behind him. I thought he was the stick. So I really like these. Also, I'm kind of happy that I already killed these guys up here, because the boss fights themselves are very cool looking, and I'm actually don't want to spoil them. But yeah, this is a really cool feature. I'm excited for more to be added, because I do need more elites. I want to farm higher level stuff. This stuff I'm kind of done with, but I might go back and clear out a couple of them once I find out which ones drop the things that I want. But I do really like the vibe, right? You come in here, you get to see everything you've ever defeated, and at least that's an elite. I hope they add a room that's like for the bosses you've defeated too. Like, that would be fucking cool. But either way, this is still really nice. They do respawn every day. That Earth Spirit was actually a pain in the ass. He's one of the harder elites, I think, for the level you fight him at. But yeah, that's it. I don't have much more to say about this, the bonfires. Hopefully this clears up everything. If you have any more questions regarding it, please ask in the comments. I will respond to questions that are relevant to this. I sometimes get questions that aren't relevant that I don't respond to in that video, because I'm just like, this is not what this is about. Or if it feels like the person hasn't actually put an effort, like, I won't give an example, but sometimes low effort questions I won't answer. But now we're getting off topic. Anyway, Purplatypus is Purplatypus. Much love. See you guys in the next video. Peace out. Bye.